amateurs and young companies, educating them on how they can improve their chances and their skills at pitching companies and growing their business. So we have with us today CEOs from some of our local gaming companies, and they'll be coming up, each talking about a particular part of the pitching and investment phase. So we have three speakers, three faces who are going to address that. I'd like to invite Mike Schmalz up from Digital Extremes to start us off, and then Mike will introduce Damir, and Damir will introduce Fredrick. So enjoy.
Do we have my slides there? Here we go. My name is Mike Schmalz. I'm the president of Digital Extremes. We were asked at the last, I won't say at the last minute, but as we were organizing this conference from one of our sponsors, the OMBC, to talk a little bit about kind of getting in the industry from a company perspective, how we get our ideas actually out there. So having a great idea is one part of making a video game, and having the people who actually make the video game is another important part, and that's the area of expertise that we usually bring to the table. But making a video game, especially nowadays, is so much more than that. To get a video game out, and the ones that you see on the boxes, on the shelves of Best Buy and Walmart, takes a lot of different talent sets to bring those together. So us as independent video game developers, we need assistance with all sorts of different aspects of that. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the type of things that we do as a company. As you've seen before, Digital Extremes is a console video game company. We started out originally, again, we're trying always to do the most spectacular things in the industry. And in the 1990s, we started working on a franchise called Unreal. And one of the things that we were trying to do was do the most awesome thing that you could do with the PC in terms of an over-the-top, photorealistic, spectacular experience as possible. And we just kind of rolled with the industry, and we started making console games in about 2001. And we saw the requirements for our teams all of a sudden jump from about 10 or 15 from our early PC games to about 25 to 30 with the Xbox and the PS2 generation. And then by about 2003, we realized that piracy had pretty much killed the PC platform, and we needed, if we were going to move into the future, we definitely needed to be on the consoles to access the millions and millions that they were selling. So then we moved to this generation of consoles, which now requires significantly larger teams. So what I'm going to be talking about a little bit is about our experience working with partners and pitching to them, and what that looks like a little bit from our perspective. I guess one of the messages that I want to say is that I'm a little bit selfish here. I know there's a lot of great students out there and with a lot of great talent. And I think that if you fall into that category, we'd probably like to have you working for Digital Extremes. So that having said, I'm probably going to paint a little bit of maybe a pessimistic or a difficult picture of what the landscape is out there for, certainly for younger or inexperienced game developers to acquire partners to get your ideas out there. But so take that with a grain of well, just be a little bit skeptical of what I said, and we can return to that afterwards. So, Digital Extremes, pitching a game. We have agents to help us do that because it is such a difficult process. So it's not really like we're movie stars, but we kind of are. We have people who we need to who work out of California, who understand the industry, who know all of the key people like we've seen today, Yana Smollett, publishers who sign video game contracts with us. And they help manage the process. So whenever you're pitching a video game, you can expect frustration. Having a great idea is only one part of the solution. And quite honestly, this industry sees many, many pitches, and most of them don't get anywhere. And even companies like ours, like Big Blue Bubble, we pitch many projects, we speak to many, many different industry players about ideas that we think that we really love for new video games that ultimately never see the light of day for a number of good and not so good reasons. So it's a long, no matter what it is, it's a long, difficult, and frustrating but necessary process. So I guess we just want to talk a little bit about, what the purpose of your pitch is. And essentially, like I said, you're looking for a video game partner, knowing that you can bring one piece to the puzzle. So you need to know what that piece is. Do you have an idea? Do you have a team? Do you have certain expertise? When we pitch our video game ideas to publishers, typically we're looking for a couple of different things that we as a game developer can do. First big thing is money. The pitches that we do and have been doing probably for the last 4 or 5 years are usually all for 7-figure plus contracts. So they're big games. It's a lot of people working on it for long periods of time. Our product cycles, BioShock, for example, we've been working on for well over 18 months now. Dark Sector was a game that went on for years before it finally got done. These are long, long projects and require a lot of money. The other things that a publisher typically brings to the table is the distribution. Now that's becoming a little bit less important, as we've heard, with with the oncoming of digital distribution. The importance of getting your games into the boxes on the shelves, I think, is still for this industry very, very important, especially for the most expensive products. But that is something that's in flux right now, and perhaps will become less and less important. So, do you need a partner for distribution? That's one of the things you need to ask yourselves. We still think that we do, at least for the next few years. Marketing. One of the things that, for example, a title like Halo 2, when it came out for Xbox, the first Xbox, and it had a massive, massive budget. I think they said, don't quote me again, probably around $40 or $50 million of development, which was, again, very, very big for that title. But one of the things that was very interesting about that was that they practically matched the marketing with the development budget. So they were spending, and even to this day, the marketing budgets for major console games that you see are almost equal to the development. So if someone's putting in, say, $10 or $15 million into a development, into a big video game, a console video game, it's certainly not uncommon to see them put millions of dollars, maybe even up to $10 million to purchase the TV time, the magazine time, all the other viral marketing that they engage in, and all the other activities. Some of the other things you might be looking for help with or we look for help for is localization. Again, the publishers will do that for us. Our games are translated into usually about 6 or 7 different languages. Voice talent and project oversight, and usually if somebody is financing the game, they usually want to have a little bit of say in terms of what the final game will look like.